Section: Introduction. In this section, we discuss the development and evaluation of large language models, LLMs, which have mainly focused on individual skills. Developers often create specialized datasets for specific abilities and train models using a mix of these datasets. For example, Llama 3's training includes various data types, from general English to coding and multilingual content, each aimed at improving a particular skill. Evaluation methods also tend to assess these skills separately, providing a limited view of a model's reasoning, coding, or factual knowledge abilities. However, we question whether real-world tasks can be neatly categorized into single capabilities or if they often require a blend of skills. For instance, a user might ask about rainfall trends in Tokyo over the past decade, which necessitates both web browsing and analytical reasoning. Similarly, when a developer requests an explanation of an API-driven web app using HTML and JavaScript, the model must integrate long context understanding with coding knowledge. We refer to these situations as cross-capabilities, where different skills intersect to tackle complex tasks. This gap between the isolated evaluation of LLMs and the multifaceted nature of user tasks prompts us to ask how LLM performance on cross-capability tasks compares to their performance on individual capabilities. We explore this relationship, drawing insights from various theories. For example, synergy theory suggests that the interaction of different components can yield results greater than their individual contributions, while the compensatory mechanism indicates that stronger abilities can compensate for weaker ones. Additionally, the law of the weakest link states that a system's performance is limited by its weakest part, and emergent properties highlight how new behaviors can arise from component interactions. Given the significant investment in enhancing specific LLM abilities, it is vital to understand how these individual capabilities affect performance on tasks requiring cross-capabilities. We aim to investigate how the interplay of these capabilities influences overall performance, focusing on several key questions. First, we seek to define individual and cross-capabilities in LLMs comprehensively. We identify 7 core individual capabilities, such as English, reasoning, and coding, and pair them to create 7 common cross-capabilities, like coding and reasoning. For each capability, we develop a detailed taxonomy that connects it to complex tasks, categorizing them into broad categories and specific tasks. This groundwork allows us to create benchmarks that assess a wider range of LLM capabilities. Next, we establish a benchmarking framework called CROSSEVAL, which includes manually annotated prompts aligned with our taxonomy. Each prompt is categorized by capability and difficulty, ensuring comprehensive coverage. We gather model responses for each prompt and have expert annotators rate and explain these responses. CROSSEVAL consists of 1,400 prompts, 4,200 model responses, and 8,400 human ratings with detailed explanations. We also introduce LLM-based evaluators to assess responses against these reference examples, achieving strong agreement with human judgments. We then explore the patterns in the relationship between individual and cross-capability performance. Our evaluations reveal that cross-capability performance is often limited by the weakest capability, consistent with the law of the weakest link. Out of 58 cross-capability scores from 17 models, 38 are below individual capability scores, indicating that weaknesses in specific skills can significantly hinder overall performance. Finally, we examine how changes in individual capabilities impact cross-capability performance. Through case studies, we selectively enhance specific capabilities and find that improving weaker skills leads to significant gains in cross-capability tasks, while changes in stronger skills yield minor shifts. This reinforces the law of the weakest link, as cross-capability performance remains affected by the weakest individual capability. In summary, we highlight the critical oversight of cross-capabilities in LLM development and evaluation, despite their importance for real-world tasks. We establish a comprehensive benchmark to model both individual and cross-capabilities, revealing that current LLMs consistently reflect the law of the weakest link. Addressing and enhancing these weak points should be a priority for future research and development. Section Summary. In this section, we discuss the limitations of current large language model (LLM) evaluations, which focus on individual capabilities rather than the integration of skills needed for complex, real-world tasks. We propose a comprehensive framework, CROSSEVAL, to benchmark both individual and cross-capabilities, revealing that performance in cross-capability tasks is often constrained by the weakest individual skill, highlighting the need for targeted improvements in these areas. Section: Defining individual and cross-capabilities in LLMs. In this section, we define and differentiate individual and cross-capabilities in large language models, LLMs. Our real-world interactions with LLMs often require either a single skill or a combination of different skills. To evaluate LLMs effectively, we identify 7 individual capabilities and 7 cross-capabilities, organizing them into taxonomies. These taxonomies are structured hierarchically, with the main category representing either an individual or cross-capability, followed by more specific tasks in the next 2 layers. We start with 7 core individual capabilities: English, reasoning, coding, image recognition, tool use, long context, and Spanish as a representative of multilingual abilities. Each capability is divided into Level 1 categories, which include various tasks. For example, under English and multilingual, we have categories like factual questions, procedural questions, and writing and content creation, with the numbers indicating the subcategories within each. We chose these capabilities because they cover essential LLM skills across different domains, ensuring we address a wide range of real-world applications. Next, we explore cross-capability scenarios that combine 2 individual capabilities. We identify 7 common combinations, such as coding and reasoning and image recognition and reasoning. Each combination has its own Level 1 taxonomy detailing specific tasks. By establishing these taxonomies, we gain clarity on the capabilities involved in various tasks, allowing us to assess LLM capabilities comprehensively. We also outline the process for creating the CROSSEVAL benchmark, which includes manually annotating prompts and selecting the LLM to evaluate this benchmark. For more details, we refer to the appendix for the full taxonomies. Section Summary. In this section, we define and categorize 7 individual and 7 cross-capabilities of LLMs, creating a hierarchical taxonomy that distinguishes between tasks requiring single skills and those needing integrated abilities. This framework allows for a comprehensive evaluation of LLMs across various real-world scenarios, ensuring broad coverage of core skills such as reasoning, coding, and multilingual tasks. Section: Prompt Set Annotation. In this section, we discuss the importance of the prompt set in evaluating model performance in the context of large language models, LLMs. We recognize that real-world user prompts often contain many low-quality inputs, which complicates the comparison of advanced models. Additionally, creating prompts that are appropriately challenging is not straightforward. To tackle these issues, we implement a thorough annotation process to ensure high quality and suitable difficulty levels. Our annotation procedure focuses on single-turn and open-ended prompts. We start by having annotators choose a specific category and task from our established taxonomy for each prompt, ensuring alignment with particular capabilities. We also define clear criteria for 3 difficulty levels: easy, medium, and hard. For example, an easy prompt might be a simple request that doesn't require specialized knowledge, while a hard prompt could involve multiple complex requirements or necessitate expert knowledge. For Spanish prompts, we create them from scratch, ensuring no overlap with English prompts. In cases where Spanish is involved with other capabilities, we translate the relevant English prompts. To maintain quality, we begin with a pilot phase where we, as authors, review and refine the initial annotations. The main annotation phase then produces between 100 to 500 prompts for each capability, followed by quality checks to finalize a set of 100 high-quality prompts per capability. We ensure that the difficulty distribution aligns with the standards used in Llama 3's evaluations. Next, we explore the relationship between individual and cross capabilities in LLMs. We set up experiments with 17 models from 5 major families, ensuring each model supports at least 5 cross-capability scenarios. We use the GPT-4o0513 model for evaluation, maintaining consistent parameters for scoring. We also investigate how changes in individual capabilities affect cross-capability performance. Drawing from Amdahl's law, we recognize that improving one part of a system has limited overall benefits based on its usage. To examine this in LLMs, we propose a prompting method to adjust specific capabilities. Our principle-based system prompting method allows us to enhance a specific capability while minimizing impacts on others. We start with user prompts and model responses, then iteratively refine a list of guiding principles. After 100 iterations, we develop a tailored system prompt that instructs the LLMs to focus on key performance aspects for specific capabilities. The complete list of principles used in our experiments is available in the appendix. Section Summary. In this section, we outline our comprehensive annotation process for creating a high-quality prompt set that evaluates LLM performance across various capabilities, ensuring a balanced difficulty distribution. We also describe our experimental setup to explore the relationship between individual and cross capabilities, employing a principle-based prompting method to enhance specific capabilities without compromising others. Section: Case Study for Investigation. In this section, we analyze how changes in individual capabilities impact performance across different tasks. We focus on 3 tasks with notable performance gaps: image recognition and reasoning, Spanish and reasoning, and Spanish and image recognition. We examine 2 models, Claude 3 Haiku and Gemini 1.5 Flash, which show the largest performance differences in these tasks. Our choice of these combinations is based on the idea that a larger gap between strong and weak capabilities can provide clearer insights into how improving weaker capabilities affects overall performance. We present our experimental results in a table and highlight some key findings. We observe that using principle-based system prompts is particularly effective for enhancing weaker capabilities. For example, in the reasoning task, Claude 3 Haiku improves by 2.85 points and Gemini 1.5 Flash by 3.46 points. In image recognition, the improvements are even greater, with Claude 3 Haiku increasing by 3.71 points and Gemini 1.5 Flash by 6.19 points. These results indicate that the principles derived from our evaluation process can effectively guide improvements in weaker capabilities, even when used as system prompts. However, for stronger capabilities like Spanish, the same prompting method shows limited effectiveness, suggesting that enhancing already strong capabilities is more difficult. We also confirm that the law of the weakest link effect remains after we make changes to individual capabilities. Specifically, when we improve the weaker capability in a cross-capability scenario, it significantly impacts overall performance, while changes to the stronger capability lead to only minor adjustments. For instance, in the image recognition and reasoning scenario with Claude 3 Haiku, focusing on reasoning improves it by 2.85 points, but the weaker capability, image recognition, decreases by 0.99 points, resulting in an overall performance drop of 3.46 points. Conversely, when we focus on image recognition, it improves by 3.71 points, the stronger capability decreases by 1.36 points, and overall performance increases by 4.58 points. In 10 out of 18 cross-capability scores we examined, one capability improved while the other declined, and in 90% of these cases, the changes in performance closely followed the weaker capabilities trends. This reinforces the importance of addressing the weakest links in LLM capabilities to achieve meaningful improvements in complex tasks. In conclusion, our case studies enhance our understanding of how LLMs adhere to the law of the weakest link in cross-capability scenarios. We demonstrate that targeting the enhancement of weaker capabilities leads to more significant overall performance improvements than focusing on stronger capabilities. Since LLMs often struggle with cross-capability tasks, identifying and improving these weak points should be a priority for future research and development. Regarding related work, we note that the evaluation of LLMs has shifted from specific NLP tasks to specific capabilities like reasoning, coding, multilingualism, and more. While benchmarks like Big Bench assess various abilities, they still focus on individual capabilities in isolation. Our work addresses the gap in evaluating cross-capabilities, which is crucial as tasks become more complex. We also highlight the emerging area of evaluating LLM-based agents, which require cross-capabilities for effective real-world application. Although our CROSSEVAL is designed for LLMs rather than agents, it still covers important agent-related capabilities and provides a clear distinction between individual and cross-capabilities for better evaluation. Finally, we discuss the evolution of evaluation metrics for open-ended generation. These metrics have progressed from traditional measures to LLM as a judge frameworks. Given the complexity of our benchmark, we use LLMs as evaluators for model outputs, employing a point deduction-based prompting technique supported by expert annotated examples to enhance reliability. Crossable stands as the largest meta-evaluation benchmark for measuring the correlation between LLM as a judge assessments and human judgments, offering insights into the specific capabilities that different LLMs excel at evaluating.